What's up, everybody?
What's up, Coach? You got a statement, or you want to jump into questions?
I'll jump into questions.
Cool. Floor is open if anybody wants to start out. Go ahead, Mike.
Hey JC, hope you're doing well. With the way that the secondary is trying to operate, you having Dane Jackson coming back soon, how do you look at that group with him in it as opposed to how you've kind of had to operate the last few weeks?
I think the way we've operated the last 2 weeks has been great, and we've been able to see growth from some guys like Shaw Smith, and Michael Jackson continues to improve week in and week out. JC's been awesome, and I think with Dane coming back, it's just going to add an element of even more physicality. His energy is upbeat, and I just think it's going to make us better, and we're excited about whenever it is his time to play again.
We saw Shaw get some more defensive snaps over the last couple of weeks. What has he shown you on film?
Shaw has continued to get better and better. He's been a pleasure to coach. He shows toughness. He shows ability to cover. As he continues to develop, I think his ops will increase, and he's just got to be a star in his role where he is now.
Go ahead, Darren.
Jonathan, with the change at linebacker last week, DJ was just talking about the communication aspect of it with Trevin. As it pertains to your guys in the backside, how has that part gone, and what's it like, for them having to change signal callers?
I don't think it's affected them that much. I think with our veterans in the back end, with Nick and X, they've just got to continue to emphasize their communication, and it allows Trevin, who's a young player, to be more confident in what we have going on. So, all of the parts have to contribute to continue to amplify our communication. And even before Trevin became the starter, it was still an emphasis for us to continue to be better and better with our communication, because that's just something we can never lack in and we can never take for granted. Communication is the foundation of our defense. It's the foundation of being able to execute properly, and our execution is our priority as we continue to go forward.
All right, let's go to Joe Person, followed by Jeff Hawkins.
Hey, Jonathan, thanks for doing this. Curious what happened on that first touchdown against the Bears. Was it a miscommunication, or was something wrong scheme-wise or technique-wise?
I think it was a more technique issue. It's about us as a secondary getting the call, getting our cleats in the ground, and getting set so we can see what we've got to work with. When you get a concept like the Bears ran on that play, if you don't have your cleats in the ground and you're not ready to play or lined up properly with your eyes, it's going to be hard to finish the down and cover properly. And I think that what's come down to, it just came down to our pre-snap routine and being set and ready to go, because there was a lot of tempo on that drive. So with things running away from you, it's difficult to cover, especially with a good player like DJ Moore.
Also wondering, I wanted to get your take on the challenges of covering when the pass rush isn't there, which has been the case most of the season.
Yeah, I think with, our job, we can't rely on somebody to save us. Regardless of whether we have pass rush or whether we don't, those downs are different every day. As a secondary, we've got to cover, and it's our job to maintain our responsibilities regardless of the circumstance. And I don't think our guys are worried about whether you have a good pass rush or whether you don't. We understand that, it's our responsibility to cover, and we've got to finish those downs. And if we don't cover great, then bad things are going to happen. But if we do, we'll be able to get off the grass.
Thank you.
Greetings, coaches. Jeff Hawkins from Charlotte Post. Come with the game that Cousins is coming off of, big game for the secondary, obviously. But will Hill primarily be on London? And if he is, how big will that matchup be? Thank you.
Yeah, just for us structurally, we don't want to give any game tells about game plan and who's going to be on who. I think with them moving around five a bunch of guys in our secondary will get a chance with that matchup, and we're looking forward to defending these guys.
Any other questions for Coach? All right, thanks, Coach.
Appreciate you guys.